Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is the Ready, Set, Go preview show. This is a show that we do every single week on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And during this show, we spend some time talking about some news and current events and things that are top of mind for me and might also be top of mind for you. And during this show, I provide you with the preview of some of the content that is going to be coming out from my channel over the course of this week. And then I also give away a cool slab thanks to my friends at Go Collect. And this week it is going to be this book right here, Showcase issue number 79, the first appearance of Dolphin, a really cool book. And just wait until you see the book that is going to be given away this upcoming week. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, the mission of this channel is to help you to make sense of comic book collecting. But along the way, we are going to have some fun. We're going to give away some cool books. So I definitely want to invite you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you can stay abreast of all the content that I release from the channel. And it also makes you eligible for the weekly giveaway that I do of a slabbed comic valued somewhere between $150 and $200. And let me tell you, we have a week of some pretty solid content that is going to be coming out. I'm very excited about this. I will tell you, and hopefully you guys will be receptive to this content as well. As I was preparing to come into the show here, I was reading some of the comments that were on the screen, and one of the comments was from Jerry. Jerry said, 1 minute left. Hopefully Reggie is done washing the dishes. And Jerry, I will tell you, brother, I am sweating profusely now because I worked out, then I washed the dishes. I literally just finished washing the dishes. So I am a little hot and sweaty from the workout and from the hot water associated with proper dishwashing. But we are going to have a good show. Before we get going, I want to say hello to some comic book soldiers that have joined me here. And if you don't know what a comic book soldier is, it is basically someone that is affiliated with this channel. It's somebody that watches the content. It's somebody that goes hunting in the long bins and the short bins for comics for hours at a time. It's the person that is lifting short boxes and long boxes repeatedly in the effort to root through and organize their own collection. That is the definition of a comic book soldier. And I actually came up with that theme, that idea, partly because of my background in fitness, but also because of the massive collection that I bought of 100,000 comics in 2020 that resulted in me huffing and puffing, trying to move all of those books. And I was like, this is a workout, hence comic book soldiers. So let me scroll up to the top here. Want to say hello to Chuck. Chuck, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my man. Doug Braden, it's good to see you, my friend. You are probably going to hear this name a couple of times tonight. Doug dropped an awesome blog post on regiecollects.com basically saying, what if the comic book crash that people are anticipating, what if it has already occurred? If you think back to the beginning of Voldemort, aka the pandemic, aka COVID-19, if you think back, there was a general sentiment in the comic book community that a crash was coming as a result of the pandemic, as a result of record unemployment and furloughs and all of that other stuff that was happening. There was a general feeling that a crash was coming at the time. And again, Doug is basically posing the question, what happened? What if the crash already happened and we are now on the other side of the crash, and the values that we're seeing right now are not leading to a crash, but part of the recovery? It is a thought-provoking blog post that I definitely want to encourage you to read on regiecollects.com. Daniel, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Jerry, bearded comic collector, always a pleasure. 2021 new age investments. I am not jealous, but I am always envious of the various things that you post up on the Instagram, my friend. You got a lot of books over there, brother. Not jealous, but definitely envious. Matt Woods, Blue Wrench, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you, my friend. Scrolling through some of the comments here. DB, my man DB, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. The OG Blue Wrench, Tina, is always in the house doing what it is that she does, which is to welcome people to the live streams. Let me scroll down, scrolling through the names. We already said hello to Chuck, DB, Tina, Matt Woods, scrolling Pretty fly for a Filipino guy. Just watched that Snyder cut. We're going to dig into that. My man, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. Scrolling. I was just talking about you. I think, wait a minute. No, wrong name. Sorry. Shadow, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. Got my my screen names confused. Here's the thing. We have a double-decker dishwasher in the house. It is the double drawer thing, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have literally never turned on the dishwasher. I have literally never turned it on. My wife, she does that. I enjoy actually washing dishes. I don't like to dry, but I do enjoy washing dishes because it is during the time that I'm washing dishes that I'm actually kind of sort of relaxing and allowing my mind to just not focus on like work or something like that. And it's oftentimes the time in which I actually have good ideas. So it doesn't matter whether I'm like taking a shower, washing dishes, vacuuming the floor. These are all tasks that you kind of sort of got to do, but it's also the time when inspiration strikes me. So that's part of the reason why I do it. So thank you, Chuck. I definitely appreciate the words, brother. Chuck, the other Chuck. I may head to bed soon. 23rd anniversary. Chuck, congratulations to you and the wife, my friend. 23. That is fantastic, brother. Well done. One day you will have to let me know what the secret is to a long-lasting marriage. There was a super chat that popped in here. There we go. But there we go. What is it? Peace, love, and happiness, peeps. Thank you, Tess. Definitely appreciate that, my friend. I wanted to acknowledge that before that disappeared. Deuces is in the house. I was just thinking about you earlier today. In fact, I put up a post about, I don't even have it ready. I don't have it ready. I put up a post on Instagram about a turtle cover, and that's what you popped into my mind when I had that thought about this wonderful, I think it's Michelangelo, the orange one. Fantastic comic coming out from IDW, gorgeous cover. And I immediately thought of the one person was Deuces because of his love and affinity for turtles. Pretty fly. Well done, brother. What is this? There, man, I'm telling you. Harvey Abel knows. The comic book soldier reporter feeding me all kind of information. He knows that there is something magical that happens when you are doing some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. Jerry, I met your wife. She's a wonderful person, man. 34 years. That is fantastic. Absolutely. Shout out to you and to Chuck, man, and your wonderful wives. Shout out to both of you guys. Well, all four of you technically. So this has been an amazing few days. Let's be completely honest. This was an amazing week. And I'm glad that it didn't happen a few weeks ago because the comics that came out combined with the magic of the movie and the TV show that just dropped on us, it would have been too much. It would have been too much for 1 week. So we're going to spread out the gratifications. I think people are colluding. There's a conspiracy to spread out the gratifications so as to continue making, again, this a fantastic period of time in comics. And I am talking about the TV show. We're going to talk about the TV show first. So get ready, people. If you have not seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what is about to come out of my mouth. I really don't. So there could be spoilers ahead. I'm just going to say it right now. I don't know what the chat is going to say, but we are going to talk briefly, at least in my head right now, briefly about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This show dropped the other day, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic. And we have covered Falcon and the Winter Soldier for months now. We've been talking about it off and on for months on various live streams. We've been covering the trailers. We've been covering the news articles that have come out about the show. And this show, honestly, in my opinion, lived up to the hype. One of the most recent things that we actually heard about this show was that they were basically bringing the big screen to the small screen. And I can't remember which one of the actors it was, but he was like, there wasn't anything lost by this thing being on the small screen. And one of the other things that we talked about was that this was basically filmed as a movie and then was broken up into like, I think like 45-minute segments. And it was basically filmed like a movie. This movie, this series has the makings to be incredibly awesome. And I say that for several different reasons. One of the things that really captured my attention was that we are being treated to some really interesting character development, right? We're being introduced and being treated to some really awesome character development, because we know that Falcon, I think Falcon was lost in the snap, right? And now Falcon is back. And now we are seeing him struggle with all of these family and interpersonal issues as a result of him being gone for as long as he was gone for. And that interplay between him and his sister and his family, I think, is really incredible to kind of see. The scene with him in the bank trying to go and get the loan to save the family business, I thought that that was all incredibly well done, because you know, if you think about, to some degree or another, the movies that we see, we don't see that type of character development, that type of build to these characters, right? We get some of it, right? But not to this level, right? Where we're seeing somebody have financial problems. That's fascinating to watch. But we also had some action scenes, some incredible action scenes with him flying as Falcon. It was incredible. The flight scenes, I thought, were incredibly well done. On the other side, we see the Winter Soldier. We see the Winter Soldier dealing with all of the remorse for his past deeds. We see him trying to fix all of the damage, if you will, that was done when he was being brainwashed. And again, we are seeing a different side of the MCU. We see a lot. We've always seen the action and the humor. This is not humorous, right? I mean, there's some action, but this is not necessarily fun stuff. It's like the other side of the pillow that we are getting here. And it's interesting. It really is interesting. And it's going to, I think, be really fun to see how this thing unravels, right? And I'm really looking forward to seeing these two develop independent of one another, and then eventually come together and do whatever it is that they're going to do, right? Because there's definitely going to be some buddy cop stuff. We've seen that in some of the trailers where they actually go to counseling. We now know who the counselor is because we saw some of that early on in episode 1. But just a really, really fun show. So let me go. Let me go. I knew somebody was gonna jump on that. Let me see. Jumping back to the chat here real quick. What is this? My man Tony Stark. He should have left some bread for the fellas, man. And that was interesting. Somebody actually brought that up. They were like, is there like a plan? I was like, how do you guys make ends meet? And, Falcon was like, it does not work that way. It does not work that way. Tracy is best. How you doing? He says, awesome first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. It wasn't in black and white. Right. It wasn't. I didn't know where you were with that comment at first, but what I will tell you, bro, is that this one starts off so much better than WandaVision did. WandaVision, I struggled with the first 2 episodes, and then it started to build some momentum. This thing started off fast paced to begin with, right? But we're also looking at, I think, fewer episodes, right? We knew that this thing was going to be like filmed like a movie and then kind of chopped up, and it has not disappointed thus far. It has not. Tom, thank you, brother, for the super chat here. What does it say? How is Falcon going to donate $50 million worth of vibranium to the Smithsonian? Yeah. He should have tried to chisel off a couple of ounces or grams or whatever to like do a little something. But did you see it, bro? Tom, did you see the heartbreak at the end? The heartbreak, the anguish on that man's face. I mean, he struggled because he did, in many ways, like the honorable thing by doing the donation, by giving it up to pay respect to his friend, to say, I'm not going to step into these shoes and carry this man's shield. He did what he felt was the honorable thing to do. But then you saw the pain on his face at the end. And I felt his pain, and maybe even a little bit of anger in there as well, that like, how dare they? I'm struggling to do this, and you just do this other thing. It's going to be very interesting. Going to be very interesting to see what is this. I thought it was interesting they went into the not so super side of it. Again, the MCU continues. They continue to surprise us by doing the unexpected. No one, I don't think, saw people struggling to pay bills, people, basically trying to make amends for previous deeds that were done. Like, this is some kind of unexpected stuff. It's uncharted territory, and I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Yeah, man. Total betrayal to give the shield. The thing is, should he have kept it? Should he have kept it? That's like part of the question. I don't know. What would you have done? Would you have given it up? Would you have carried the shield, or would you have done what he did, which is to allow the shield to continue being a symbol and be shared with other people? I don't know. I don't know what the answer. DB says, I love the early Falcon in the comics, but I love the new Red Man, the Red Wings. He said, Red Wing, get him. Yeah, it's basically 6 episodes. It's definitely short, but again, it's basically a movie. It's a movie. Well, if it were like the Snyder cut, it'd be like 12 episodes, because like the Snyder cut is pretty long, right? But this thing was like filmed like a movie, and they just chopped it up into like, I can't remember the exact time increments, but it's like 35 to 45 minutes. I want to say something along that, but it's about 6 episodes. So it's definitely going to be a good one. Scroll, man. John Walker was great as Captain America. He was a complete psychopath. It's going to be interesting. So that's the thing. Did we see John Walker at the end? I felt like I needed to go back, and I did not have a chance because my wife's had me working all weekend. I wanted to go back and look at John Walker in the comics to see whether he had those ears, because all I saw when I saw the new cap at the end was the ears hanging out the side. And as a man that grew up with oversized ears until my head got, never mind. That was what jumped out at me. So I wanted to go back to the comics to see if John Walker actually indeed had the oversized ears. The comics associated with Falcon and the Winter Soldier and John Walker, U.S. agent, are like crazy right now. What's going on with these shows? I had the same thought. And it wasn't just because of the ears. I had the same thought. But I'm like, you are no Steve Rogers, sir. You, sir, are no Steve Rogers. At the very end, they said, this is the new Captain America. I said to myself, who is this goofball? Well done. Well done. I think a lot of people felt that way. I did not like how John Walker looked. Ears. But again, maybe the thing is we're not supposed to like him, right? Because maybe he's not supposed to be as handsome as Captain America was. He's supposed to be a little off, a little bit different. So it's going to be interesting. You mean not Red Wing, Mean Wing. Scrolling through some of the comments. You guys are hilarious. Here we go. You guys are not ready for this one. ASM 110 is literally about to go through the roof. If you are not part of Gibbon Gang right now, you are definitely going to miss out, because we know that this is coming. The Gibbon is coming to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He is actually going to be there. Well done. Let me see. Did anyone else notice that the cap helmet didn't fit? Yeah, man. And again, I think he was supposed to look a little off. And I think I'm behind on the chat. I think he was supposed to look a little off for this thing. So he's not supposed to be as handsome as Steve Rogers is. But again, here's the thing. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know if I have seen one negative comment about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm not sure that I've seen one negative comment anywhere about this show. And they're probably out there, but by and large, my point is that people seem to be pretty excited, I think, about this show. And I mean, again, the way that the comic market is responding to the show being released, I think is maybe a sign. Well, it's a sign of probably several things. So let me not insinuate that it's just because it's actually a good show, but indeed, I think that it is. And I'm excited. And I'm also a little upset that we have to wait a week. We have to wait a week or so before the next show is actually out. But I will tell you, I did hit the storage unit here. I hit the storage unit today. There's some good stuff. Some good stuff. Yeah, there you go. Wait a minute. Hold on. 2021 New Age. Got it right. Negative comment. Not enough episodes. Facts. Facts, brother. If there is a negative comment to make, that is the comment right there. So who is the bad guy? Right? We know Baron Zemo is coming. Right? Is it the Flag Smasher? Is that who at least one of the bad guys is? Is it the Flag Smasher? Because I've been reading Flag Smasher comics, right? As of late, like his first appearance, I spent some time reading that because it might be the Flag Smasher. So I want to know. And it's interesting because his name literally tells you everything about him. His name tells you he smashes flags. That's literally what he does. He went to the UN in his first appearance and basically smashed the flags, as his name applies. Then he burned down a flag factory. I love it when the name tells you everything that you need to know. Scrolling down to some of the comments here. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. Somebody said Hell Hydra. That is one of the rumors. But here's the thing. There's so many rumors. There's so many rumors about this show as to who's going to be in it. And again, this is honestly the fun of it, because if Omega Red shows up, it's going to be dope. If Omega Red doesn't show up, you know what? It's still going to be dope because someone else is going to show up and it's going to be incredible. And we're all going to enjoy it. But if it is Omega Red, I'm ready. That's all I'm going to say to you. I'm ready. I'm ready. If it is Omega Red, the FOMO shall not get me. The FOMO shall not get me. All right, let me see. The Falcon and Winter Soldier is making us wait a whole week. There you go. Well said, brother. If there is a negative, that is definitely going to be the negative for certain. What is that? X-Men 4 and a 9.0 is now selling north of 300. Seriously? Wow. I'm telling you, Blue Ocean strategy will save you in this market. It will save you in this market, man, because I mean, again, if you haven't watched my videos on the Blue Ocean strategy, I definitely want to encourage you to check them out. Part of the philosophy is that you anticipate where the market is going. If you assume that the market is going in a certain direction, you try to pick up those books that you want for your collection in advance of the market moving in that direction. Because when the market moves in that direction, the waters become bloody. And you see books like X-Men #4 go up to $300 when not that long ago, that was a $90 book or less, right? So this is the idea behind the Red Ocean, Blue Ocean. Ton of videos on the channel and on the blog post on regiecollects.com that actually go through this philosophy. It could potentially help you. I get the feeling that the Flag Smasher is more of an organization. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, and I would agree with that, because the Flag Smasher's philosophy was a world with no borders, where nationalism did not exist, and we just did what we did for the sake of humanity and people. We don't put up these false borders. And that's kind of what I was hearing in the show. In between me being super excited about the action scenes, that's kind of what I was hearing. And when you, what's funny is when you read his first appearance, the crowd actually calls him a communist. The crowd is like, you are a communist. And it's like him and Steve Rogers kind of, verbally battling it out before exchanging fisticuffs. But they were battling it out verbally. And the crowd that was there to hear this presentation from Steve Rogers was like, you, sir, you Flag Smasher are a communist. And he's like, what? I'm no communist. I love America. It was interesting. But it again, I think that you're right. It is an organizational thing. But it could be Flag Smasher. We will see. What is that? Oh man, yeah, it could be. It could, but that's the rumor. The rumor on the street right now is that there's 3 villains. The rumor on the street is that we will get 2 to 3 villains in this show, right? Because if you think about it, everybody has always assumed that the next big bad was going to be one person. And to my earlier comment, the MCU does what? They give us the unexpected. So if everybody's thinking it's going to be one, then okay, well, maybe it's not going to be 1, it's going to be 2, but maybe it's 3. Maybe that's what they're going to do. And then they're going to have these 3 villains come up, and then the 3 villains are going to go in different directions, doing different stuff. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But again, if you are coming in late to the conversation, we are spending a little bit of time talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which had its first episode debut And I honestly think that it was incredible. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm saddened. I'm saddened for two reasons. The two reasons are I have to wait a week for the next episode, and there's only 5 episodes left. So those are my two reasons why I am saddened about this show. I am thoroughly enjoying it. Thoroughly enjoying it. Hopefully, it does not take a nosedive in the second episode, but I don't think that's going to happen. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to shift gears just a little bit before we get to one of the other topics. I want to give you guys a heads up that it is the 30th anniversary. And I'm not talking about someone's marriage or wedding anniversary. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is Darkhawk is coming back. Darkhawk is on his way back. And if you were collecting comics in the 90s, you know all about the Darkhawk. And I scanned this article earlier today, a first look at the return of the dark 90s hero, Darkhawk, looking back at his origin, his cosmic days, and the potential for more. Not the best shot of Darkhawk there, but if you guys remember, Darkhawk, like he had a little bit of a resurgence. Probably about a year ago, his book number 1 at a 9.8 started to go like crazy. People were like, "What the heck is going on?" There was a toy that was released, so that was maybe part of it. And now we are getting a look at a new series that's kind of sort of going to come out. So let me scroll through this thing. In April 14th, Darkhawk, Heart of the Hawk issue number 1, Darkhawk is back with 3 stories, one from the past, one from this cosmic days, and one that looks to the future. And so there's a quote here. It says, "The intention of this story is to close the door on one era and crack open another one for something new," says the writer Kyle Higgins. He says, "Hopefully that will make more sense when you read the book. It's tough talking about it without huge spoilers." So they actually treated us to a couple of images here that I kind of scrolled through. I mean, nothing too crazy with these images, but it gives us a feel for, Darkhawk coming back, looking kind of sort of like he did before, So I'm definitely excited about this thing. It is going to be coming out. I want to say, I think it's at an April. So I'm actually looking forward to reading this. I was a huge Darkhawk fan back in the day. It seemed like Darkhawk, Spider-Man, Punisher, Ghost Rider were like everywhere back in the 90s. Wolverine was another one, but this is one of the covers right here from this Darkhawk series that is going to be coming out in April, and he looks really, really awesome. I do not recommend going back and reading the old Darkhawk. I do not recommend that. It's not very good. I'm be completely honest. I went back and read it a couple of years ago. It's not very good. But I am excited about Darkhawk coming back and them exploring, because I did not read a lot of his cosmic stuff when he was traipsing around the universe with Guardians of the Galaxy. I did not read a lot of that stuff, but I'm excited about him coming back and possibly being here for a while. It'll be interesting to kind of see what they do with the character. So, I saw the first issue of the comeback Darkhawk. Would be interesting to see if they change anything. That is going to be the thing. Are they going to mix it up? Are they going to do something different? It's going to be very interesting. So I'm guessing this is raw copies, right? Darkhawk number 1 is between $20 and $30 on the eBay right now. What is the 9.8 doing? What is Me too, Milt. Me too. I think I sent off like 4 or 5 copies. I want to say, I think in the 100K collection, I think I found like 30. I think I found like 30 copies of Darkhawk. I sent a couple off that should come back as a 9.8 if all goes according to plan. Going to look forward to some Peach Momoko Darkhawk. Thank you, brother. I did not know she was doing one. Cosmic on Darkhawk during the Realm of Kings was meh. I did not read it. I honestly didn't read it. So 9.6 is $100. What is it? What is a 9.8? What is a 9.8? Because I remember when the 9.8 was $100. The 9.8 was $100 not that long ago. So it's gonna and you guys are on it. So I'm sure somebody will post it up here real quick. Steve says I will have to dig out my Darkhawk books. No, not yet. Not yet. Maybe in 6 months with the way that this market is going. Maybe in about 6 months you'll be able to just like cash all your chips in and just roll out of here. I wish the Silverhawks were coming back. I keep hoping to find some Silverhawks in the collection. I cannot find it. There you go. Sidian says, the LCS has a 9.8 for 350. I feel like that might be a little overpriced. I feel like 300 is the number, but I could be completely wrong. I can be completely wrong about that one. So scrolling through, Mark, don't be so harsh. He says Darkhawk's story was pretty lame, but the concept was okay and the costume was great. Planning on that return. No, brother. I have two young children that are 6 and 5. Oh no, 6 and 4. I'm not retiring anytime soon, unfortunately. One could hope. I oftentimes dream about it, but it is not in the cards right now for me, my friend. So what is this? Almighty Liger King just getting reckless with it. He says by the end of the year, Darkhawk and Ultimate Fallout 4 will rule the comic market. I don't know about Darkhawk, brother, but Ultimate Fallout is not messing around. That man, what is it? 4,000 copies of Ultimate Fallout on the market right now in the database, I should say. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Chad's on it. You guys are on it. Darkhawk number 1, 280 to 300 right now in 9.8. That seems about right. I remember when the 9.8 was about $100. And I mean, I'm not saying much because that was like not that long ago. So it's not like I remember the heyday. It was like not that long ago. Let's be completely honest. Brandon, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Man, I'm telling you, Ultimate Fallout is no joke. It is no joke what is happening with that book. Man. And it's what's funny is not that long ago, that book was $90. Not that long ago, that book was a couple of bucks. And you look at it now, it is very interesting. And to the point of like comic book pricing and all that kind of stuff, I definitely want to encourage you guys, if you haven't yet, watch the video from Wednesday's Comic Today show, talking about a comic book crash. I want to encourage you guys to check it out. This video, I think it's been viewed like 3,000 times or something like that since Wednesday. I was able to facilitate a wonderful discussion between Alan Climbing Comics and Doug Bratton, who is here in the room right now. Wonderful conversation between these two gentlemen, well-spoken, well thought out comments that they were making about the state of the comic book market. If you have not watched this video, I want to encourage you to check it out. I also want to encourage you to check out Doug's blog post on regiecollects.com. It is a follow-up to that discussion that we had. So you have two shots to wrap your mind around this comic book crash stuff. And I see people make these super simple statements. It's like the 90s again, or prices are too high, things are going to crash. These super simple statements are not sufficient to explain the dynamic nature of what we are witnessing right now. It cannot be summarized in a simple statement. And that's why we spent, 40 minutes talking about this and only scratched the surface of it. To be honest with you, I finished up facilitating this wonderful conversation. I was like, man, I should have said this, I should have asked that. I mean, because there was so much there. And I think that's why Doug probably wrote that blog post, because he was like, what about this? And how about that? And what if this, that, and the other? Two wonderful resources I definitely want to encourage you guys to check out. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. And what's crazy, I think I came up with the idea of vacuuming the floor. I came with the idea and I was like, hey, what are you doing on Wednesday? You want to talk about a comic crash? Let me know. And I think that was like the gist of my conversation with these guys. And thankfully, these two gentlemen agreed to come on because they honestly represented themselves incredibly well. And it was a wonderful conversation. And again, if you haven't watched it, I definitely want to encourage you guys to check it out. Steve, good night, brother. It's good to see you, my friend. Jack, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you, my friend. All right, so let's move on, because I spent too much time on the Hawk. I want to get to this part right here, and then we are going to get to the giveaway. We're going to get to the giveaway here momentarily after I talk a little bit about this other just incredibly dynamic thing that happened this week that honestly, it took me like 6 hours to watch this thing. It Took me like 6 hours to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max. It took me like 6 hours. And it took me 6 hours because I have young kids, and kids don't let you do anything between getting the juice and the milk and feeding them and, you know, bathing them and all that other kind of stuff. You can't just sit down and watch 4 hours of TV straight uninterrupted. So it took me about 6 hours. I will tell you that it did not feel that long. It honestly did not feel that long to me. This movie, the Snyder Cut, was money well spent. And I will tell you, this is my opinion. If HBO or whoever it is, Warner Brothers, does not give Zack Snyder more money to do more movies, they are doing themselves and us a disservice, because there were so many wonderful, I think, jumping off points for additional movies to be made. And I think that was always Zack Snyder's intention, was to do, I want to say the original plan was 5 movies? I think it was like 5 interconnected movies. And you can see with his version of this movie coming out, you can see potentially where those future movies would have come from. This movie was incredible, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The ending confused me. I didn't get the ending, but that's also because I don't think I read those type of comics. I was so confused by the ending, but that was like a separate movie. That was like a setup for an additional movie. But Justice League was incredible in the same way that I talked about character development. The same way that I talked about character development in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is essentially one of the things that I enjoyed most about this movie. I was able to learn about these characters. I was able to understand their motivations and see them for what they are, right? Besides just being, you know, people in shiny this or tight that, I was able to kind of see the people and the motivations behind why they did what they did. The first movie, I did not hate. I did not hate the first movie. This movie was really well done. The first movie had a lot of gaps that I don't know that I fully appreciated at the time that I watched it. But now that I watched this one, I'm like, oh, now I understand how that happened. Oh, that's why that occurred. That's why they did that and this other thing. The Snyder Cut connected so many gaps that existed in the first version that it's like, again, I didn't appreciate it until I saw the second version. And I have a newfound respect for Cyborg. I will tell you that Cyborg is a dope character. Like, I have his first appearance, Raven's first appearance, all that kind of stuff. I don't know that I fully appreciated just how dope that character was until I saw the Snyder Cut. And there's a rumor that Cyborg is Snyder's favorite character. And I don't know if that's fact or rumor. And I say that because Cyborg had a central role in this show. And so did he do that because he really liked the character, or was it really more about just telling a good story and the character was the conduit through which to be able to tell that wonderful story? But we saw so much incredible action in this movie that I was honestly blown away. I was honestly blown away. And again, I still feel like there should be more money that is given to Zack Snyder for him to finish the additional movies, because the quality of this movie was incredible. Darkseid on screen, fantastic. I still regret now not getting Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen issue number 134 and Forever People. I did not do it. I did not do it. And I wish that I had. I wish that I had done it. So there's a super chat here from Remy. Thank you, brother. Definitely appreciate that, my friend. Definitely appreciate the super chat, and also the motivation to get people to smash the like button. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Definitely appreciate that, my friend. Small movie is coming. What is this? Doom Patrol Cyborg is better. Is a better character. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Scrolling through some of the comments to see what else you guys are talking about. What is it? Hold on, I miss so many comments. If they don't bring, man, I mean, brother, his I mean, just the way that he showed up and the things that he brought to the table, I thought were incredible. You know, I felt like the acting was stiff, but I think that that was by design versus a limitation of the character. I think that that's kind of maybe how Cyborg shows up in the comics, a little dry, a little stiff. But again, the way that his character contributed to the story, moved things along, the way that we were able to see his origin. I love that part of it. And I remember watching the first movie and I was like, well, how did this happen? Again, I am not a long-term DC Comics reader, so I didn't know a lot of the backstory. So for me, it was cool to see it come out on the screen and to see the whole relationship with the father. That was fantastic. Like that coming full circle, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. None of that stuff was in the first movie, and it's shame. It's a shame because it really was good. So scrolling through, you know what? You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like some of the fast stuff. Some of the stuff that they did with Wonder Woman was too fast. I felt like it was like a few ticks too fast. Like I wanted to see her leg sweep somebody to move real fast and punt somebody. I wanted to see that a little bit more in slow motion. It was so fast that I was like, man, like, can we slow it down a hair so I can see a little bit more, you know? Let me scroll through. Man, the Titan show, we've spoken about that several times here on the channel. The Titan show on HBO Max is incredible. And who is it? Somebody also turned me on to switching gears slightly to Static Shock. Static Shock, I think, is on Disney Plus. Fantastic cartoon, by the way. I'm not a big cartoon person, but I enjoy that one. But yeah, to the point at hand, Titans, really, really good. And season 3 is coming up sometime soon. If you are intimidated by the 4-hour length you're watching in chapters, that helps. The chapter marks absolutely help. Because again, in some cases, I paused it at the chapter mark in order to go do some activity that needed to be done. But those timestamps were definitely helpful. I spent the majority of the movie saying, I can't believe, agreed. That first movie, I felt like it had so many plot holes in it where I'm like, if you had just inserted that, then this leading to this over here would have made so much sense. But by leaving the middle part out, I'm kind of lost as to what happened. I will tell you, there was one strange scene. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. The singing by the people when Aquaman was like in the water swimming away, the women singing, I did not get that. I thought that was weird. That was weird. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. Maybe there's something I didn't quite understand with that one. Yeah. Yep. Completely agree. For the WB force, that was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake for sure. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Bro, between the sniffing of the sweater and the singing as he was in the water, I don't know what to make of those scenes. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what to make of that. So scrolling, there were like, I want to say there were like maybe 3 moments in the movie where I'm like, you could have left that out. I could have done without that right there. Like there was a couple of things that I could have done without. And that was definitely one of them. That's just, no, you don't smell a sweater. That's not good. It's not good. What is this? A lot of people have told me about the cartoons, man. I struggle with the cartoons. And I don't know why. I just do. You guys are hilarious. Not much else to do, so you sniff some sweaters, I guess. Oh man, that is hilarious. So again, hopefully, you know, I think people were very successful in the release the Snyder cut hashtag campaign. And I think that people should start another one, like give Snyder the money, right? Show Snyder the money hashtag. Let's get that going, because, you know, again, this man's plan, I think from the very beginning, was to create at least a shared universe among a couple of movies. And based upon the quality of what we just saw on screen, I want more. I want to see New Gods. I want to see, you know, the Black Racer. I want to see more of Darkseid. I want to see all that stuff come to life on screen. Darkseid looks super dope. And I'm like, bro, go hands on. Like, let's see him go hands on, because he is massive. And I would love to see him battle, you know? But fingers crossed that they actually throw some money towards Zack Snyder and allow him to make some additional movies, because I think that if they do that, I think the DC could be in a very, very good place. And I will tell you, on my Instagram, I'm actually looking for a couple of books. I'm gonna just throw it out there. I'm looking for a couple of books. Forever People, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen 134. You know, I'm kind of looking for some books, so you guys let me know. All right, so we're gonna keep this thing moving forward. Let me give you guys a rundown of some of the videos that are going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week, and then I'm also going to go ahead and give away this showcase 79. Going to give away showcase 79. Then I'm going to show you guys the next book that is going to be given away this upcoming week. So this week, I'm going to be releasing a video that technically was created by a member of the comic book community. My man, Doug, reached out to me a few days ago and he said, hey, I have an idea for a video. He pitched the idea. He was probably, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes into explaining it. I was like, let's do it, because it sounds like a dope idea. It sounds like a fun video. So we are going to be releasing this week a video, and it's going to be on the top 10 big money buys. Top 10 big money buys for February. And we are basically going to run down the most expensive comics that were bought in the month of February. Now, here's the thing. When I do my top 10 list of books that have been submitted into CGC, the vast majority of those books tend to be modern books. And I think people like that. People like to see what's coming out, what's being submitted, and then what's eventually going to come to the market as a leading indicator. But people are like, well, what about the older books? What's going on with the old comics, right? So this top 10 big money buys list that we're going to do, this video is only going to focus on vintage comics, and we are literally going to run down 10 books, vintage books, and tell you how much these books are selling for. And I think that it's a fun video. I think it's a fun video. Doug had a really fantastic idea. His brother named the thing. So the Bratton boys and Regie are working together to produce this video. If you guys like it, make sure that you watch it. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you comment. That will be some motivation and a sign that this is something that we should continue into the future. So that video is going to be dropping this week. I'm going to be showing you guys some books that I am sending into CGC. And I'm going to tell you, cannot see it right now. There was a stack just right there. There is a stack right there that is going to be going to CGC that you will see in a couple of weeks. But this week, I'm releasing one of books that have already been sent. I'm going to do a video on obscure comics. And then we're also going to do Comics Today. We're going to do Comics Today on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So we have a handful of pre-recorded videos that are going to be released at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, and then Comics Today on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I released one blog post today. I'm going to release another blog post on Wednesday, and then I'm also releasing a podcast on Monday at 7 a.m. and then another, I think, on Friday. I think there's another that might come out on Friday. We shall see. We shall see. Podcast, as a reminder, are only released on Patreon. You can actually become a Patreon member for as little as $1.99. All right. So those are some of the content that is going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week. Let me go. It's like, show me the books, show me the books. Some silver, man. I'm going to tell you right now, the video I think is really dope. The video is really, really dope. And we did some different things in there. And when you see the video, watch the video, give some feedback, let me know what you like, because again, we did a couple of things in there that hopefully you guys will enjoy checking out. So there we go. Tracy's best. Like, can't wait for the old books. It's a fun video. It's a fun video, I think, and hopefully people will enjoy it. At the end of the day, that's why we do some of this stuff, is to help people and also to have a little bit of fun. So there you go. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get to the giveaway. And again, huge shout out to my friends at Go Collect for putting me in a position to be able to give away these cool books every single week, value somewhere between $150 and $200. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. We're going to roll the dice, then we'll look at the list and we'll randomize the list, then we'll give the book away. All right. So let's go ahead and roll the dice and see how many times we're going to have to randomize this thing. We have rolled 9. We have rolled 9. So let me go ahead and take that off the screen. And now let me show you the list. If I can toggle back and forth between these 8 screens that I have open. So here are all of the individuals that were able to successfully find the video this week with the phrase in it. The phrase, I do believe, was diver. I think the phrase was diver because it's dolphin and she was literally diving. So not necessarily an incredibly creative phrase, but it works. It works. So these are all the individuals that were able to successfully find it. They were able to navigate to the community tab and went ahead and submitted their information, including that phrase. And now they are in the running. So let's go ahead and randomize this list a total of 9 times and let's give away this book. That is 1 right there. There were 307 people. Pretty big list this week. Pretty big list. That is 3. Here is 4. 5. And if you do not know how to enter the Go Collect giveaway every single week, you definitely want to search here on YouTube for Regie Collect's Go Collect giveaway. And there is a video that will explain all of the details to you. I will tell you that the hurdle to enter is relatively low. It is a relatively low hurdle because, again, we're trying to have some fun. All right. So that's 8 times right there. And we have to randomize it. Let me make sure. Total of 9 times. So here is the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway. Wow. Ariel, my man, Ariel is the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway. So Ariel is in first place. I have a feeling that this book is going to go pretty quick because I know Ariel and Ariel watches all the videos. So I'm pretty sure that he is probably at work right now. And is probably not on, but he will probably claim this book relatively quickly. I will also tell you guys that last week's book is already gone. It has been claimed and shipped out already. So Ariel is this week's winner of this awesome book right here. This is, let me take this off screen. We are looking at Showcase 79 6.0 with off-white pages, the first appearance of Dolphin. Just a gorgeous book that I am actually going to see, be sad to see going because I think that it's a pretty dope book. All right. So who is that? Almighty Liker King. He says, once again, I am nowhere to be found. And the chant has already begun from Jerry. I think Jerry types that out at the beginning of the show and just waits. I think he just waits with a cut and paste to drop that in there. So this week's book, I think is a sweet book. And I will say, stick around because I'm actually going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys a shipment of books that have come in. Show you a shipment of books. This is the book that is going to be given away this week right here. It is one of my favorite books. This is Iron Man and a Submariner. Number 1 is 6.5 with off-white pages. Really, really cool book. This book could be yours simply for watching the videos that come out from the channel over the course of the week. And it could be in either a live video or a pre-recorded video. So definitely that is a pretty cool book right there. Scrolling through the comments, Doug's like, that's a nice book. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool book. Let me show you guys. Do you guys want to see some other books? Let me see. I think I have some stuff within reach. I'll show you guys a couple of things. All right. Let me see. Obscure books, Marvel Spotlight. Scrolling through. He's like, of course. All right, so let me show you guys a couple of things. I think we're giving away some cool. Who was that? Who said that? Was that Tracy is best? That Tracy is best. Yeah, well done. Well done. This is the dude that keeps track. This is coming up. This book right here is coming up. At some point, we're going to be giving away the Secret Wars issue number 8. Got another copy of Carnage Mind Bomb 9.8 with white pages. We've given this book away, I want to say like 3 times or something like that. That's a cool book. Spawn issue number 1, 9.4. Newsstand. That's a cool book. Let me set these out of the way. And then let me grab my other stack. It's like cool because I get to go shopping like once a month. And this month, I actually did a lot. I did a lot. Let me not show that one. Let me not show that one. I'll show you. Yeah, these will work. Batman Beyond. This is the special origin issue, 9.4 with white pages. This is the first comic book appearance of Terry McGinnis. This is the promotional book right here. Really cool book right there. The next one, and I think this is the last one. Yeah, it is the last one that I'll show. Secret War. Secret War 9.8. This is the first appearance of Quake. First appearance of Quake. This is the gold foil. Somebody actually gave me this book as an AOK like 2 years ago, and I think mine might be actually a 9.8. But this is a really cool book. Again, some cool stuff that people are going to walk away with again simply by watching the videos that come out from the channel. So again, all you have to do is to watch the videos, be a subscriber to the channel. And in one video every single week, there's going to be a phrase. You just capture the phrase and you enter the giveaway. And one of these really awesome books could be yours. So it does not work that way, Daniel P. But if it did, if it did, my friend, I'm going to tell you right now, the prices for comics are pretty high, as you guys know. We've spoken about that. So I have sources that I get books from, and my thing was, let me buy a lot of books just in case prices continue to go up. I don't want to have to reduce the quality of the book that I give away. So I went ahead and bought a lot. And there's a couple here that I won't show because I might keep them. I might keep some of those. So, all right. With that said, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me again for another live stream, specifically the Ready, Set, Go preview show. I hope that you all enjoyed this. Shout out to everyone that dropped the super chats. Thank you to the Blue Wrenches. Thank you for monitoring things and keeping things on track. Shout out to Doug Bratton for his wonderful contributions to the channel. I definitely appreciate everyone that smashed the like button. All right. With that said, I'm going to wrap this thing up. As always, if you need to reach out to me, you can do so on Instagram at Regie Collects, or you can send me an email to Regie@RegieCollects.com. REGIE. But either way, whether it's on Instagram or email, I am not too hard to find. Take care.